Time we now head to the last portion of our discussion, which is on percentage change. And of course, part five would be still connected to this. So when we talk about percentage change, there are two possible. When we say change, it's either it increases, the value increases, or the value decreases. That is why you expect either it's an increase or it's a decrease. Okay, let's have some examples. Increase to 89 by 17%. So what does this mean? It means that this value to 89 will be increased by 17%. So of course, for us to know how much we have to increase it to, we have to find first 17% of 289. And if you forgot how to find percentage of quantities, please review the first video. Okay? So remember, 17% can be written as 17 over 100, then times 289. So if you try to use your calculator for this gives you 49.13. It means that once you got this value here, it means that 289 should be increased by this amount. This is what we call as the amount of change. Okay? So since it's an increase, that means the operation should be plus. So 289 plus 49.13 gives us, okay. And this is now the new amount after the change. So we call it a percentage change because we are increasing the amount, where we are changing the amount by a percentage. To be more specific, we call it percentage increase. All right? Because the amount went from 289 to 338. That means from smaller to bigger, percentage increase. Now, before I discuss this or before I show you the answer to this, can you do this on your seats? Remember, this time it's decrease. Pause this video and try to do it on your own. All right. So get the percentage. That's this one. Okay. Now this is the amount of change. Since it's a decrease, therefore the operation is minus. Okay. And this is now the new amount. That is why we call it a percentage change, because the value changes. And to be more specific, it decreased. It went down. Therefore, the kind of change is a percentage decrease. Okay? This time, try the following on your seats. Pause this video and try this on. All right. Use your calculators, please. Two decimal places. Then you have this. So this is the, this is the amount of change, because this is 2.3% of this number. Now, since it's a decrease, so we have to subtract, and this is now the new value, the new amount. All right. How about this one? Okay. Two decimal places, you'll get this. And since it's an increase, operation should be plus. All right. And that's how we do percentage change. Now let's have some problems. The original price of a product is $80. Its amount is increased by 15%. What is its new value? So is it a percentage increase or decrease? All right. So this is the original amount. We're adding because it's increased by 15%. All right, which we do not know. Therefore, we get 15% of 80, and that is 12. Now, for my question a while ago, obviously it's increased. So this is a percentage increase. So we have to add, this is the amount of change, 80 plus 12. Therefore, this is now the new amount. So after increasing it by 15%, so we say that the product would be sold at $92. Okay. How about this one? Pause this video and try to give your answer. Now, discount means lesser. If you are given a discount, that means you will be given uh, a privilege to have the value, the original value, to be lessened, to be reduced. That's the meaning of discount. You will not be paying the full amount, but instead only a portion. A portion of it will be taken away from the original. That's why the value, the cost will go lower. because a certain percentage, a certain part will be taken away from the original. So again, the idea here is to find what is 35% of 160, okay? Because that will not be included when you pay later on. All right. So get 35% of 160, that's 56. This is the amount of change. Since it's a discount, so we expect this amount will be taken away, meaning we won't be paying this out from the original 160. So to know how much we are gonna need to pay, we have to subtract. Therefore, when you go to the counter will only charge you $104. Okay? This time, please do this on your own. Pause this video and try to answer. Okay? So right now you should know that this is an example of a percentage decrease because of the word reduce, meaning we have to reduce the number of employees by 56%. When we do that, we have 79.2. Now we cannot have a 0.2 employee. It's not possible to have a person which is just 0.2. So we can just say roughly 79 people will be left, will remain after 56% has been taken away. All right? How about this one? Pause this video again and try this on your own. So VAT means value added tax, a value which is being added on top of the original price. So since it's added, so we know that this must be a percentage increase. So at this moment, you should already know how to compute for this. Increase meaning we add, therefore we got $24.8. Okay, and I think this is the end of part 4. This time, we now go to the last portion, which is finding the rate of percentage change. So finding the rate of percentage change, if you recall, is the same as the second video I've sent, which is finding the rate of percentage. So the process is the same. All you have to do here is to know whether the change is increase or decrease so that you would know whether it's a percentage increase or a percentage decrease. All right. For example, from 285 to 100, question is, what is the original amount? It's 285. Now, from the original going to the new, is it an increase or a decrease? Obviously, it's a decrease. Very good. And how much is the change? In this case, how much is the decrease? So I'm using the word change because, of course, I'm asking you whether increase or decrease. So depending on what your answer here is, that is the kind of change. So since we know it's decrease, so how much is the decrease? So you can compute this using your calculator. From 285 to 100, the amount decreased by 185. So this time, what percent of the original amount, what percent of the original, therefore this original is your whole, if you remember, is the change. The change is simply the part of the whole. So we are asking what percentage of the original 285 is 185. So precisely this is our whole and this is our part. What percent, what part of the whole, this one, the original, is 185. So that if you know that already, if you have studied the previous video, then you would know that this becomes our numerator, the part, and this becomes our denominator. So we can write it as a fraction times 100%. Using your calculator, you will get this amount, which when rounded off to 2 decimal places, gives you this percentage. All right, and that is how to find the rate of percentage change. So we say a decrease, because it's a percentage decrease, a decrease of 64.91%. All right. Now, is this necessary? Sometimes this is necessary, especially if you're reporting, like how much is the decrease. So you can say a decrease of 64.91%. Okay, and that's how to find percentage change. Let's have more examples. From this value to this value, before I show you the answer, can you answer this first on your seats? Pause this video. All right. Original amount, obviously, it's this one. Increase or decrease? Looking at it, it's an increase. So how much is the increase? So the increase is about 433. What percent of the original? The original amount is this, is the change, and this is the increase or the change. Obviously, when we ask what part of this is the change, this becomes your whole, and this becomes your part. So that gives us the expression 433 over 10,567 times 100%. Therefore, we get this two decimal places. Since this is greater than 5, so we add 1 to this. This becomes 4.10%. Remember, this is an increase, so we say an increase of 4.10%. Okay? Once again, pause this video and try this on your own. Alright, now, we know already this is the original price and this is the selling price, meaning this is not the new price. Original to the selling, it's a decrease. And since we saw the word discount, we are now certain that this really is a percentage decrease. Alright? Now, how much is the amount of decrease or discount? The amount that it went down is 20. And the original is 80. So it's the same as asking what percentage of the original is the change, 20. So this will be our whole, the original, and this will be our part. Okay, and this gives us a fraction 20 over 80 times 100%, that gives us 25%. So we say the discount rate is 25%. All right, next example. Pause this video and try this on your own. So since it went up, it's a percentage increase. So how much is the change? Obviously from the original going to the new one, it's 7. Okay? So what is the rate of percentage change? We say it's 7 over the original. So it's like what part of the original is the increase, which is 7. So 7 over 50 times 100, 14%. Now most of the students might divide 7 by 57. It's not correct because 57 is the new value. So it's like we are asking ourselves, from 50, it increased to 57. We know that change is 7. So what part of the original is the increase? It should be with the original, not with the new value. So be careful when you do this one. So 7 over 50, that's 14%. So we say the increase of 14%. Or the VAT. The increase here, since it's a problem solving, it's due to VAT. So we say the rate of VAT or the VAT itself is 14%. All right, and that's it. This time, I'll like you to print the worksheet in Google Space, the one that we did last Friday, answer it again using calculators. So I'd like you to make sure to print them. I won't accept papers written or answers written on the notebook and then the notebook will be torn or will be cut off. No, I won't accept that. Print the worksheet on the paper, on the printout. I'd like you to answer using calculators. Don't forget to round it off to two decimal places. Thank you everyone for listening.